I'm Betim Berisha from BBI Autosport. This is a 997.2 GT3. We just finished a pretty comprehensive build and refreshed a lot of things on the car. We're gonna go to the dyno. We're gonna show you how much power it makes. We're gonna show us how much power it makes. We're gonna tune it a little bit, and we're gonna get it prepped and ready for the customer. But within all of that, I'm gonna tell you why this is one of my favorite builds. So some of the key details on this car and this build are really, we touched everything. Whether it's cooling system, aerodynamics, suspension, wheels, tires, brakes, engine, gearbox, interior. Everything's kind of been tweaked a little bit for the customer, Joe. He's very particular on how he likes the things to fit him. So we'll start at the front. We have a fully custom carbon front lip, but that lip actually extends all the way back to the center line of the axle, and it has diffusers under there to help with underbody airflow to lower the pressure on the nose of the car. It also helps with cooling with evacuation from these radiators. We did the Cup Car front fenders. It has a full carbon front hood. And then if you look, obviously you have 19 by 10 inch front wheels. Everything's pushed out about as far as we can. So the car started life as a narrow body in the rear, and it still is. So the car's square setup, basically not square setup on wheel and tire, but square width. The front is as wide as the rear. We do this because it really helps with the front feel of the car, helps turn in and mid-corner grip. The car has custom JRZs that are fully built up and revalved for this particular application. Has RSR front uprights, front subframes, RSR rear uprights and rear subframes. It also has our BBI full street cup control arm setup on this thing. You go back, the doors are actually carbon they have a Kevlar reinforcement bar in there that's actually stronger than the steel itself, and they're half the weight. So carbon Kevlar doors, BBI back half harness bar, and then in the rear, the RSR knuckles, they never had any provisions for an e-brake, so that made us figure out, we had to put a separate caliper in there with an electronic e-brake. But all the geometry has been revised and set up so this car can be very predictable. You can hammer it, or you can put 18s and slicks on it and go to the track, maybe a spring change, but that's about it. Going to the interior, first thing you notice are the 991 seats that have been refinished, all with red Alcantara. The headliner, the door cards, all that's been redone for the client. One thing you do see in here that I like, and it's one of my favorite features of this car, is that's fake. That's just there for like a handhold, but it's a paddle shifted sequential gearbox in this thing. So it's a 6-speed built by Sadev. It's an SL90. It makes a PDK look like a slush box. It shifts very, very quick and precise. But the one unique thing that Sadev does is they really focus on the gear contact ratio. So you don't get that really, really, really loud whine that makes you go deaf in most Cup cars. So it's very smooth. It operates very well. It took a lot of programming by Jared and the team at Cyvex to really dial in how it downshifts, upshifts, neutral, reverse, getting it so it's almost like a street. I mean, it is a street car, but getting it to behave like where you're not thinking about it. You just hit the neutral button, put it in reverse, it goes in reverse, does all of the stuff you want. But really quick shifting, and the gearbox itself is light, so we're able to pull more weight out of the car that way. This is just here because Joe wants that there because it just kind of looks weird without it, but hey, whatever. Fire extinguisher, all the fun bits in here to kind of trim out the car the way it would. So the business end of the car, this is the engine. We took it from a 3.8 liter to a 4.25. We did that with bore and stroke. A lot of fun custom one-off parts in there. Typically when we do a 4.25 liter, we don't run as long of a rod, we run a little bit heavier components, but what we wanted to do is have a no compromise build. So it doesn't mean because you added stroke, you have to have a shorter rod. We re-engineered everything. What we call the power cell, from top of piston to crank, everything's been re-engineered and optimized for this particular application. The engine has a red line of 9,000 RPMs right now, but because of the intake, we're guessing on the dyno it might start signing off right at about 882 to 8,500, but we're gonna revise that intake later. But we're gonna find out tomorrow on the dyno anyways what the car can do and what that power curve looks like. What we're really hoping for is a nice flat torque curve and a very linear progressive power band, because on the 3.8 it's quite peaky, but you lose a lot of that usable meat. That anything from 4,000 RPMs to about 6 to 7, that's where you spend a lot of time. So we really want to build that up. So about 4 or 5 years ago, we took this car from a 3.8 to a 4-liter for Joe Trin. Made him a little plaque here, it's kind of cool, built for Joe, BBI, Porsche, BBI 4.0. But now, it's not a 4.0 anymore, it's a 4.25. That's where all the horsepower is gonna come from, that mark. Now, kind of explained the build. The car's ready for the dyno. We're gonna go tomorrow. We're going to D Sport over in Fountain Valley, and that's a dyno jet. And what I'm hoping for more than 480, 485 wheel. That would put us at a pretty solid number. And from there, Jared can tweak it, play with cam timing, and hopefully we can get that power band to where we want it. But tomorrow's a big day. Looking forward to it. See you there.
Like it's too much inertia?
Maybe not enough? I don't know.
Are you using the dyno brake on downshift?
I'm slamming the brake on to keep the wheel speed down.
Have you? Okay.
Because if I don't use the brake to bring it down, it's just gonna stay up there forever.
Maybe just rev it out a little higher through the gears?
The second time I went all the way to rev on it.
Yeah, in third and fourth, but do second and third too.
Okay.
Alright, do one more.
It's hard because it's
Huh?
up there fast.
Yeah, I know, but drive it. That scary?
No, it's kind of cool because it just shifts.
Yeah.
Like, I'm used to stock cars where, like, you can, I mean, the minute you fucking touch that, it's
Yeah.
like,
Alright, I think we're done.
Okay, just got back to the dyno, made more horsepower than we thought. I'm really happy. We're gonna do a post-dyno inspection, send the oil out for analysis, check, pull the plugs, look at the whole car, make sure everything's moving in the right direction, do a couple more pulls on the track to make sure that everything looks good. But right now, I'm really impressed, really happy with the results. The numbers, we did straight 91 pump gas, and it did 480 and change, I think 483. Then we put 100 octane in it, put the 100 octane file in there. We did 494. And then Jared tweaked, messed with the cam timing, ignition timing. We put some MS-109 in it, so that's map 3. It did 507. That's about all we're gonna get out of it. We were messing with the 507, 506, 504, 507. So we did 15 runs back to back, and that's about as much as we can possibly get out of this thing. We are restricted on the intake side, so I think we're gonna develop a new intake manifold for this particular package. But right now, everything's working at least a lot better than we anticipated, so we're happy. And just for a comparison, a stock 3.8 car on that exact dyno did about 420 to the ground. So conservative numbers, it's making a lot of steam right now. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. We're gonna do a lot more of these. Be ready.